All of that stuff is obviously very important, but I wanted to give you and everybody else maybe an answer that you might not think about. And I'm going to tell you one of the rarest things you can do for a child, and then do it with intention, do it repeatedly, and do it with sincerity.
I want to first say thank you so much for this opportunity. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate everything you do for the Max Out community and for the Mylett group. It has been extremely impactful for me. So I just want to say thank you. My question to you is, as a single mom of 2 daughters, as a woman who works with at-risk youth and their families for the better part of 25 years, what is the one thing that you feel has had the most impact to elicit change or to elicit thought within your own kids and when you work for the McKinley Home for Boys? I know you still have contact with those boys. And so in the work that I do, I really would love to hear what is the one thing that you feel really incited change, action, thought, something to help these kids move out of their current situation. And in your own family, what have you seen really help your 2 kids? Thank you again. Have a great day and God bless.
Hey, Sarah, first of all, God bless you for the amazing work you've been doing for a very long time. You're a special soul. I can see it on your face, in your spirit, feel your spirit. Just thank you on behalf of so many people for the beautiful work you've done in your life. And thank you for your question, too. It takes me back to those days at McKinley that changed my life, and makes me emotional even to be thinking about it. I just literally watched your video. So in my own children's lives, I'm going to tell you something that I learned both working at McKinley and with my own children, that, you know, there's lots of things we could say, you know, make sure that you love your children, make sure you set a great example. If you're working with them, you know, setting that great example that they're going to follow and all of that. All of that stuff is obviously very important, but I wanted to give you and everybody else maybe an answer that you might not think about. And I'm going to tell you one of the rarest things you can do for a child, and then do it with intention, do it repeatedly, and do it with sincerity. And that is believe in them. I mean, truly believe in them, and tell them why you believe in them. See, what do all parents say? I love you, I love you, I love you. That's so critical to tell a child as many times as you can. But there becomes a point where, of course, you're my mommy, you're my daddy, you're my caretaker, you're my counselor at McKinley, you're Sarah, of course you love me. Believing in me is a totally different thing. And being able to begin to tell a child when they're young, from anywhere from 2 years old all the way to 18 years old, and beyond that, I believe in you, and here's why I believe in you. These are your gifts. This is what I see in you. You'll be a very rare person in somebody's life, and allow someone to express their internal genius. Sometimes when children, be quiet, be good, be careful, be this, do that, don't do this, we tend to strip them of belief because we're coaching them. And I'm not suggesting don't discipline children, because I am the disciplinarian in our home, but that discipline has only come after so much love, but maybe just as importantly, belief in them. So telling children that you believe in them, and then why? Because you're so smart, because you're so funny, because of how creative you are, because of the way you use your hands, because of how fast you are, because of how much you care about people, because of how kind you are, because you always try so hard, because you're always so resilient, because you're so tough, because you always get up. What you're doing with that child is you're programming into them over and over again characteristics about themselves that are true already, but that they and the rest of the world are probably missing as life just happens, as they get into controversy at school, or a difficult situation with a friend, or they've got tests to take, or soccer game to get to, or just life happens, and we forget to believe and sow those seeds into their beautiful souls and spirits of belief and confidence. See, I wanted my children leaving my home with their faith and great work ethic, but I want them leaving confident. I want them believing in themselves. I want them to know that I believe in them. And we can't just have this esoteric, I believe in you thing without the specific reasons why. This is why I believe in you. This is what I see in you. And because when you tell somebody something about them that they sort of intuitively know to be true, it makes a huge impact. When you tell a child it's because you're so kind and you care so much about other people, and they go, I am caring about other people, that is true about me, it begins to feed their belief. It also creates synapses in their brain, and you're literally wiring them with the myelin of belief in their brain. They're getting the dopamine hit that they start to enjoy getting, and they begin to wire into themselves the emotions you want them to experience all their life, which is confidence and belief and certainty and faith and passion, rather than the emotions that most children are getting wired to have, which is fear and worry and anxiety and depression and anger, feeling less than. And so, or lack of belief, the antithesis of it. Belief is a totally different dynamic. And if you're a parent watching this, or a grandparent, or a sibling, how much belief, I believe in you, I believe in you, I believe in you, I believe in you, and why? Because that's the first part. The second part you're going to find with children is once they know they believe in you, they want you to challenge them. Challenge children. See, human beings want to be believed in, and then they want to be challenged so they can validate that belief and prove it. And so one of the things I don't see enough parents doing is challenging their child. And maybe you're not willing to challenge them because you're concerned you really haven't sown enough belief in them. And so when a child grows up and they've not been challenged, they've not been asked to step up, they've not been asked to perform, they've not been given the opportunity to validate your belief in them or to validate their own beliefs in themselves, they become empty. And because, let's just be real, and then they're ill prepared for the real world, because there's going to be an age where they're going to be challenged all the time. Life is challenging. And if the first times in our lives we're really challenged in an unsafe environment, and we begin to fail, that's when you begin to produce average, ordinary people who live average, ordinary lives because they've not built the muscle of being challenged. And that muscle wasn't challenged because someone didn't believe in them enough. And so I think it's a huge secret in raising successful humans. In running a business, I'm going to raise a leader in my company. I want them to know I love and care about them, but I really want them to know I believe in them, and I believe in you, and this is why I believe in you, and I tell them over and over and over, even if they roll their eyes, and that's why I'm challenging you. See, too many leaders, too many parents do the challenging part, but they haven't sown the belief in. You can't challenge me to do a bunch of things that I don't believe I can do, and I don't believe you believe I can do. But once you've made all those deposits in me of belief, you can make a withdrawal with it, which is a challenge. The irony is when I then accept the challenge and make it, that deposit is returned tenfold into that human. And so that's what I would suggest that you become maybe a little bit more conscious of. It's something that I'm very conscious of when I'm working with anybody that's young, anybody period that I'm leading, particularly children though. They need your belief, and that's a little different than love, and they need to be challenged, and then they need to be acknowledged when they accept that challenge and they give it their best effort. Hope that helps, Sarah. God bless you. Max out. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. If you'd like more, click the videos right here. They're exactly what you need to see next. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and become a part of the Max Out community. And tell me what you think about the videos in the comments below. I read all of them every week, and I select winners that get all kinds of prizes, gear, coaching calls with me. Make a comment.